Yo, people, you already know what time it is. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Chelsea 3, Leeds 2 review. Raw reaction immediately after the watch along. So apologies if it's not as structured and as formal as you might want it to be. That will come in the coming days when I reflect on this properly. But right now, I'm just giving you my raw emotion, pouring it out on a plate immediately after the game. Now, listen, that was not good. Yeah, that was not good at all. I'm not very happy at all with that game, that performance. The only thing I'm happy with is the fact that we've got the 3 points. That is it. I can't take too many more positives outside of that. You know, defensively, again, Chelsea concede 2 goals. It's polar opposites of what we've been used to as a fan base for the last 12 months. We have been a team that have been defending properly as a unit, as one, in unison, and then going forward we've had our troubles, but we've been able to nick games and get the odd goal here and there. Now we are conceding goals by the truckload, by the absolute truckload. I'm going to get into my first half thoughts, but you know, when I looked at the lineup, I thought to myself, okay, fair enough, Werner starts. I can understand tactically why that makes sense in terms of him running in behind. I didn't have him in my team going in that front three just because of fundamentally I feel like, you know, there's a lot of issues in his game that even though he got the 2 goals against Zenit, I just don't really see, and I've been waiting for a long time, but I just don't see how the consistency is going to come in his performance from a goal scoring standpoint without some of those technical deficiencies fixed. And whether that's even possible in this league, I don't know. We have to see until the end of the season. I'll make my conclusions then. But I had Ziyech in this team. I feel like him and Mason and Kai had developed some sort of chemistry in the West Ham game in the first half, against Watford as well, when some of them came off the bench. So I just feel like those 3 have got something going together. And maybe Werner and Lukaku will have to build up some sort of chemistry if they're to play together. So for me personally, I had that alter in my team. The rest of the team was pretty predictable. We expected those wing-backs. We expected that midfield and that defence. You know, that, again, Christensen or Aspie, take your pick, with Mendy back in goal. The biggest disappointment for me in this game is to concede just 2 goals. Because, again, this team desperately needs a clean sheet. They desperately need to find some sort of rhythm defensively. Again, that has been the backbone and the foundation of the team, and it's completely been ripped apart. Zenit was atrocious. This game, we all know where we're starting, the penalty. I was absolutely livid. I haven't been that angry watching Chelsea probably maybe this season. That penalty, to concede that penalty from Marcos Alonso, is just inexcusable. And a lot of you will say he made up for it with the assist to Mason for the equaliser. But for me personally, I'm just looking at this from more than just moments and more than just the game itself. You can't have a left wing back who cannot tackle, I'm afraid. Especially when he is an actual left wing back. That is his actual position. The fundamental issues in Alonso's game is not covering up. It's not good enough. It's not outweighing with his strengths. It's imbalanced. You can't have a left wing back who cannot control the ball consistently and is looking lethargic and laggy, like as if he's on some sort of game that's spazzing out. It doesn't make any sense. And then the penalty to concede again is just poor to make that tackle. For me personally, the guy is just fundamentally not a good enough footballer. He really isn't. And I've been saying this so much, technically he's not good enough. And people, you know, will have another opinion and say technically he is good, maybe because he scores some goals. But I'm looking for players now, personally, when I'm looking at players, I want good, fundamental, good footballers. Footballers. Not people that have poor touches, who can't pass, who can't control the ball, I need good footballers. I do. Because if we're going to be a possession-based team, we need to be able to keep the ball. And we can't keep the ball if people can't control the ball. These are the basic standard requirements to be asking for players in a Chelsea shirt in 2021, in the starting 11. It's players at Sunday League who can control the at times better than Marcos Alonso controls the ball. It's lazy, lapse of concentration, and it's foolishness because he didn't have to do what he did. He could have stood the defender up. So I was absolutely livid with that. Obviously, then he goes up on the other end of the pitch, gets an assist. Again, moments, players. He had a moment. I'm not here for these moments. The game is 90 minutes. It's not 3 minutes. You have to have a good game, not a good moment. And further away we get away from these moments players and start coming towards players that have good games, we might be able to do some serious shit in the league. Because that's where the league is all about consistency. It's not about moments. That's tournament football. The league is about consistency throughout the season, game in, game out. 10 wins on the bounce. Can't have that with moments players. We need consistent ballers in the team. So that's my first issue. Mason gets the goal. Fantastic. Good stuff. Lovely day. Our other 2 goals are penalties from Jorginho. Puts them away nicely. I felt like they were both fouls. Obviously, that's me being biased. I'll watch the replays and probably give you a more unbiased take later. But I'm here to take penalties. I'm not here to take no prisoners. I don't give a shit. I'm glad we got our penalties. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll take it. We conceded 1. We got a couple. All good. The goal we conceded was poor. Second half, the right-hand side was just getting absolutely dismantled. So as much as I was angry with Alonso in the first half down the left, then down the right just collapsed in the second half. Aspie, Reece James, out of position a few times. I feel like Ruben as well. Defensively down that side, we were just getting cut open, and there was a lot of attacks coming down that side. That's where the goal comes from as well for Leeds, in terms of them pegging it back to 2-2. Luckily, Rudiger wins us a penalty, and we go 3-2 up. But you know, for me personally, guys, the game is so much bigger than the scoreline. I'm not taking many good things from this game at all. I really am not. The game is so much bigger than the scoreline. The bigger picture, we're still going through some serious problems. It's great to get the points, but I don't really think even taking confidence, I don't really see how the players can take much confidence from that performance, because it wasn't a good win. It wasn't a game that we deserved to win. I can't sit here and say that I'm proud of the team. There's many games where we've dropped points and I could say, yeah, good performance, Chelsea, you got unlucky. Not today. Today was poor. Really, really poor. I thought Kai was quiet as well. You know, not really the usual standard that he's been setting in recent games. He wasn't really as efficient as he has been against Watford, as he was against West Ham in the first half. I thought Tuchel's subs, for me, it felt too late. Again, maybe I'm living in the moment. I'm pissed off because we're not playing well. 2-1. I was saying at 2-1, we're not going to be able to keep this 2-1 lead. We're not. I said it to Saj. You know what I'm saying? Like, saying, oh, the game's done now, we're probably going to go on to win. No. 2-1, not safe. Not safe. We need to get the third. We need to go again. And we didn't have the control. I thought Ziyech was unlucky not to play this game. For me personally, I think he's been in some really good form recently. I think we could have potentially put him into midfield with Mount, with Jorginho, and gone to a 3-5-2. Maybe Ziyech would have helped us get some control. But it's just, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Those type of performances, it's not good. We're not sustainable like that. We need Cover to come back into this team. I think people are starting to see now how important Cover is. The progressive passing from midfield. He was the best link to Lukaku. You saw that in his assists this season in terms of where he lines up on the statistics there for assists in the Premier League, especially with the injury that he's had. He's quite high up there. Highest up there for out of all of our players, I'm pretty sure. And we need to get Kante, of course, back in there as well. That midfield is lacking control. It's lacking discipline. And this whole team right now is a mirror of that midfield. The defence is more exposed. More goals are going in. Lack of control from midfield. The left wing-back spot, atrocious. I am very much ready to bring in Ian Maatsen. If we can't sign someone, bring him back. Fuck it. I don't want to do that. I'd much prefer to buy a left wing back. But if Chelsea want to be cheap again, at least bring back Ian Maatsen, because I was actually under the you know, I was trying to, you know, maybe stop the hype and say maybe it's too much of a jump and maybe he's not going to be as good. I'd actually be surprised if he can't control a football better than Marcus Alonso. I'm pretty sure he can. He's quicker than him. He can control a football better than him in general play. He can then connect the dots a lot easier. We can be more fluid. We'll start with that. The fact that those two things for me are a guarantee with Ian Maatsen, we'll start with that. And then we'll start the coaching with the defensive side of the game for him if he needs to improve all that. For me right now, I just need a footballer. Someone who can pass, someone who can have a first touch, someone who can link the play, and someone who's got some pace. There we go. We'll start with that, and then we'll go from there. Guys, for me, we move on so swiftly. I'm not really here to talk too much more about this game. It wasn't good. We got the win. We get in and get out. We need to move up levels when we play Everton in the next match, or we're going to get pammed by Richarlison. So smash up the icons. Let me know what you thought of the game, and I'll see you, man, in a bit. Peace.